We are back. Well, our internet literally just shut itself, and I noticed we got a follower in the meantime. Thank you for the follow. And again, thank you for Zamora4646. For some reason, the hello friend didn't go off for that one, so thank you, Kimmy, for pointing it out. But yeah, our internet just did a big turd for no apparent reason, and now it's back. Couldn't tell you why. Could not tell you why. Ooh. Streaming the stream. Infinite streams. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. Sorry, moving the old windows back around. I did see the thumbnail you made as well. Thank you so much, Kimmy. It looks great. Yeah, couldn't tell you why that happened. Stream just died. At a very inopportune moment as well. Here, I just want to check YouTube's up as well. YouTube is up? Question mark? Yeah, YouTube's up. Cool. Yeah, not sure why that happened. Boom, 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 boom. Reese, we have... hello, Botrix. We have 2 cards still to cut, and I did have a thought. This boy. It commits crimes, and it can deal 3 damage to my opponent for 3 black. Or I can search my library, so I can add 1 card to my hand and then draw another 2 with it. I don't want to cut that. It's cool, and it's on theme. It is the worst tutor. But it's cool, and it's on theme. And that's 1 more draw spell down. It was my less mean option. I've got Demonic Tutor and Scheming Symmetry now. I have the same card in, multiple cards. So it all depends on how mean you want to make Gisa. Dude, Gisa's my mean deck. Gisa's the all stops out deck, you know? Is 3 tutors too many, though? Then there's better options in my IMO, so what? Replace this with, Vampiric Tutor? Because, when am I gonna... So there's the thought. When am I gonna pay 5 mana? How many tutors at the moment? 3. Not including land tutors. Land tutors as well. We're running Urza's Cave. And that's it. When am I going to pay 5 mana and then still do what I want to do? Never. By Insatiable Avarice. Man, I hate cutting on theme cards. But we get to put Phyrexian Altar back in, so that's, you know, it's all equal. Boom. And now the only one we're making room for is Rottenmouth Viper. Nice headstone. I do think Rottenmouth is worth including. So first of all, we need to discuss the merits of Rottenmouth Viper. It is a small Torment of Hellfire on play. It will get a blight counter, and then for each blight counter on it, Each opponent loses 4 life unless that player sacrifices a non-land permanent or discards a card. Important question. Now that the controller is connected to my PC, is it safe for me to press the PS button to turn it on? Hehe. It is indeed safe. So Rottenmouth Viper is, at its worst, force someone to sacrifice a non-land permanent or discard a card. Or they lose 4 life. And then every time I'm swinging with it, it will do that. So then the next turn it does it twice. And then the turn after that, it does it 3 times. So it does do stuff on the turn it's played. It doesn't have tiny bones issues. It's also a way that I can sacrifice stuff if I absolutely need to for, like, aristocrat effects is like a multi-sacrifice outlet. The fact that I can play this boy for like 2 mana is incredibly impactful, and I can do that pretty early on too. Like, I would consider good that it's on ETB. Yeah, if it didn't have it on ETB, I wouldn't even be considering it. The fact that I get value immediately off of casting it, it's insane. It's such a good card. I think it's impactful enough to include it. I don't have a lot of like bombs. Like, this is a bomb, this is a bomb, this is a bomb, this is a bomb. This is kind of a bomb, this is kind of a bomb. That's a bomb, that's a bomb. That can be a bomb. So it depends on if the initial value is good enough. So the initial value is remove 1 permanent. Like, say I cast this turn 4. Yeah, now this deck has more bombs in it now. A bomb ass. Say I cast this like turn 4. People aren't going to have that much shit on board. Like, if I manage to Gisa, Crime, Rottenmouth, that's going to be very impactful. That could run away with the game. It's less valuable later on, but what it is people are going to want to answer this before they answer Crick or Magus or Yawgmoth or my commander even. Like, it is a alternate, like, oh, that's something very scary, I better deal with that. It's also 6/6, and remember as well, I've got all of these fucking protection spells. So if they remove that, it comes back and it gets the ETB effect again. I think it's worth running. You know, it's worth running. That is the decree of Con. What gets taken out for it? Reanimate? Nope. Okay, 101. We do have an option here. So I haven't taken out a ramp piece, I've taken out a draw spell in the end, in Insatiable Avarice. Oh, I just realised though, do I... Oh, no. Oh, hang on. I think Night's Whisper should come out instead of Insatiable Avarice. Think about it. You draw 2 cards, you lose 2 life. Insatiable Avarice's target player draws 3 cards, loses 3 life. That's the cost on the draw of the spree card, yeah. So this is draw 2, lose 2 life, 2 mana. Insatiable Avarice is 3 mana, draw 3, lose 3. So it's basically the same. But Night's Whisper can't target an opponent, while Insatiable Avarice can. So that's also a 3 mana burn spell. And it can tutor if I need to. Plus you have the other 2/2/2. Yep. There's only one other 2/2/2. But I also have a 3/3/3 which is 3 mana, choose a creature type, target player draws X cards and loses X life, where X is the number of creatures they control the chosen type. Imagine you have 20 bunnies. Draw 20 cards and potentially mill yourself out, or lose 20 life, and you lose the game. You know, like that one's so much value. So it depends if you want that flexibility. It literally, but so at the same time, Insatiable Avarice kind of offers flexibility as well. You know. I'm going to take out Night's Whisper, and I'm going to put Insatiable Avarice in, just because it's another tutor. If I really need a piece, I can put it on top of my deck. Yeah, I'm leaning towards swapping as well. It's on theme as well, you know? There we go, he's back in. That feels better. Also, have you found you've been able to use Culling the Week early? See, that's the problem. Night's Whisper, remove, and we'll put back in Insatiable Avarice. Just in case I need that crime committer. Or only late and therefore is a win more. So, Culling the Week. This lets me double spell very early on. I do have fodder. Gravecrawler could be sacked to it. Marionette Apprentice creates a token that can be sacked for it. Crypt Breaker can make fodder for it. So there's 3 early game. I can recast it with Karavak. Zombie Trailblazer, I'd be happy to. I'd kind of fling him under it. That's kind of it, though. So it's more of a sack a zombie, get 4 mana. And that is very good. That's very good. 1 token for 4 mana. But at the same time, that's if we call a 3/3. Like, what do we call a 3/3 menacing zombie? Like, is that like a 2 mana card, or is that is that worth 2 mana, or is that worth 3 mana? Because then, like, we're still getting double the mana out of it. But we've also got 2 spells that basically, that's very good, but it's a card down and you've already got a board at that point. Yeah. Yeah. It still lets me play. Plus, it's -1 for. PTC. The 3/3 city. 'Tis a pain to type. Fair. So so there's also other stuff I can do. I could play Not Dead After All, Tragic's Undying Evil, Malkaribeth. Or I could use like Dark Privilege. But then I'm going -2. And I'm probably putting Dark Privilege on a card that I don't want to put Dark Privilege on. Shid. I think this is the cut. Which sucks, because on paper it's fantastic. It's only sacrifice a creature too. Like, I'd be happy to throw these 2 under the bus. It's such a good card, but it like... Is it worth it still for the late game, though? But I suppose I still have, like, Dark Privilege and Bubbling Muck, which, like, Bubbling Muck is, like, hands down better. You have insane late game ramp, yeah, because I've got Crick, I've got Post Citadel, I have, I can reuse my ramp spells. This gives me 2 mana. You were complaining in the game with Helio that you had to lose resources to get advantage. Yeah. Yep, and we've already cut one of those in the Sacrifice Draw 2 spell. It's funny, I was going to try not to cut Knight's Whisper and just add Urza's Bauble in for something else. Because I wanted all of the, like, just draw 2, pay 2 life things that I could get a hold of, and I've ended up cutting it. So I should have just done that swap. And Culling the Weak can cause a weird decision. Yeah. Entirely. Fuck. Where you gotta decide mana over both board advantage and card advantage. Because if you have no zombies. Yeah, oh, you're totally right, and it's a shame because it's so weird because there's mana source on it. It's such a good card. You'll be 2 cards down for 3 mana. Sucks, man. Why can't I have 103 cards? But if you didn't have Cabal Coffers, yeah, the ramp on the lands is insane. But we now have a lovely Bloomburrow snake in, and that is not a sad thing. And we have a new removal spell in Tis But a Scratch, so I have a way to 1 mana commit a crime. But at the same time, that could be 0 mana because of Jet Medallion. So yeah. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 just straight up instant speed kill spells. That's oofed. Altar of Dementia is, I'm always like, is this worth cutting? Nice-ish, not to play against. Sacrifice creature. Hey, dude, this is the nasty deck, you know. Heliod. How many counter spells does Heliod have? Do you have a counter spell for every kill spell? I keep looking at Altar of Dementia for as a cut option. Sacrifice creature 4. Only 4? No. You should up that then. Yeah, you need to give that another look. Altar of Dementia, 2 mana, sacrifice a creature. That player puts a number of cards equal to the sacrifice creature's power from the top of his or library into his or graveyard. Made Heliod a little less controlling. Yeah, I think you can up the control again, like put a few more counter spells in. At the same time, you don't really need them because I'm not going to have 7 kill spells in hand at the same time, but you are going to have 4 counter spells at the same time with the amount that deck draws. It was when we were making things a little less mean. Yeah. Out of the turns table. But yeah, Altar of Dementia keeps looking like a cut, but at the same time, it's a crime committer for 2 mana. That means that while I might not get 2 zombies per turn, because I'm sacrificing one of them, I am getting a zombie per turn, and that's better than one lot of 2. You'd be surprised. I'm usually clutching my ass and playing I draw 1. You should put more counter spells back in then, definitely. It might be worth putting ones in that are modal, that have like multiple options, like Mystic Confluence or whatever it's called. Yeah, that's the plan. Yeah, I think that'd be good. But yeah, that is 3 steps ahead needs to go back in. Yes, but that's Be Gay Do Crumbs, my most powerful deck at the moment. It is so much fun to play. Holy shit! This deck is like. Oh, I forgot Oubliette is a removal spell as well. Oh, I look forward to playing that. This is yeah. This deck does some things. Also, it's like apart from enchantments, it's like pretty balanced. Gisa is indeed Friday night ready. It's pretty balanced in terms of like the creatures to sorceries to instants to artifacts, and then the enchantments are just low. Bit weird. It feels balanced. It feels more balanced now. I needed some more top game. I needed at least one more top game ender, and now we've got Torment of Hailfire in there as well now. So, we seeing if anyone needs a workshop, or are we doing something else? I'm tempted to improve Bernard because he doesn't feel quite right at the moment. Oh, that curve is superb. Boom, 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 boom. That is what? 17 1-cost spells and 2 0-costs. You probably don't need to help as much with Bernard. It's just Gisa's like my favorite deck at the moment, so I really wanted to like zone in. So thank you so much for helping there. Maybe no problem, but I still very much appreciate. Is there something absolutely trash that I can just take out for a Night Whisper, just to like really double down on the draw? Whenever you commit a crime, exile up to 1 target black card from your graveyard and copy it. You may cast the copy. If you do, you lose 2 life. That is a draw spell. Nah. I don't need to stretch. The fucking stream dropped out. Codex Shredder. Oh, that's a point. I could put Blasting Station in instead of Altar of Dementia. Just playing with some thoughts. Sacrifice a creature. Blasting Station deals 1 damage to target creature or player. Whenever a creature comes into play, you may untap Blasting Station. And it's only 1 cost. I think that's technically better. Oh, it's 3 mana. It's 3 mana. No. It does basically untap itself with Gisa on board. I can remove Kavrik. Anyway, I'm just going to count my... I know I said I'm done with Gisa, but I'm just going to play with some thoughts. Crime, 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 crime. can commit crimes. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll call that 9 because I'm probably not going to cast that on an opponent. 10, 11. Might cast that on an opponent. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 35 crime committers. How many can commit a crime per rotation? That can commit crimes pretty... Well, that can only do it once, though, because it's a tap ability. That can commit quite a lot of crimes. So, 1. That can commit multiple, but only during my turn. We'll call it 2, though. That can help commit crimes, so 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm starting to feel like Blasting Station might need to go in. 7. Yeah, I don't have actually that many cards that can commit a crime. Like just one card that allows me to commit a crime on each player's turn. See if I can find that Blasting Station quick. I think that's worth the 3 mana. Because it's also a removal spell, really, too. And it's... Yeah, it's 1 damage commits a crime, so... I want to make sure I can make as many zombies as possible. Yeah, we'll make one more change and then we're done with Gisa. Just looking from a Blasting Station, don't mind me. I could probably sell one of my 3 visits now that I have I want a shrubbery. I got a good few 3 visits. They really started reprinting that card quite aggressively when we started playing. Okay, he's not there. You don't remember putting my blasting station in any of your deck boxes, do you, darling? Because I feel like I had it on us a day that we were doing trades, and I whipped it out of Gisa and popped it in the deck box, but I don't really have any loose cards in my deck boxes. Oh, just found it. Just found it. Never mind. Yeah, this needs to go back in just because of the ability to make 4 zombies in 1 turn rotation. And it can ping damage. You were fighting bear. Was it one of the big ones? Nah, small bear. Not yet. Little lad. Wanted to square up with you. Did you give him a slap? I don't want to keep taking draw cards out, but Phyrexian Altar's looking at me like, do I do enough value? Maybe not. He's like one of my reanimate spells essentially, so he needs to stay in. Double up the value of all the crimes I'm committing. That's how I need to see him. Double up the value. Crimes don't just make zombies, crimes let me cast copies of black spells in my graveyard. I should probably take another artifact out. That's just a gorgeous turn 1 play. Amulet of Vigor is so powerful in this deck. There's so many tapped things. There's so many things that enter the ETB tapped. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5 protection spells now. Really? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in Dark Privilege. Oh, and 6 in Talon Gates of Madeira. Dara. Is it a land? Does the land get cut? Let's see. Totally playable hand. That and that into that. Into that. And a Scheming Symmetry. And then a Dark Ritual. Oh yeah, I could pop off with that hand. This one less so. This is a bad hand. So I wouldn't want to use the Urza's Bobble just to peek to see if I get a land. I only get 1. And I can Crypt Breaker, but that's not great. Great hand. Kind of shit hand. fine hand. Two lands and an arcane signet into Ayara, and I've got a crime committer and a continuous crime committer. That's very nice. 3 lands, a reanimate, a crime committer, a protection spell. It's pretty good. Could be better. 4 lands, 5 lands. That's actually surprisingly a good hand. That's actually quite a good hand. 1, 2, and then -1 to my black spells, making that free. Reasonable crime committer, crypt breaker, and a reanimate. That's quite a good hand. Even just with 2 lands. 2 lands into a Sign in Blood. It's pretty good. And then a Jet Medallion. That's alright. That's a fine. That's a playable hand. 4 and 2 cost, 3 cost. That's a decent hand. Bum. That's 4 lands, but only 1 that taps for. Oh no, 5 lands, 2 tap for color. That's alright. That's playable. With a Mishra's Bauble and a Jet Medallion, then that's actually an alright hand because we got a free crime committer and then 2 other crime committers. Yeah, that's a playable hand, but with a lot of response. But crime committers. Oofed. That's a pretty good hand, but mainly just because of the One Ring. Though I wouldn't have the mana to cast the One Ring for a while. This is a terrible hand. It's a terrible hand. This is playable, but I'd probably mulligan this away. Ooh, Sol Ring. The Orcish Bowmaster's Marionette Apprentice, and then a Necropotent. I would... If I had 1 more black mana, but I've got a reusable... Yeah, that's playable. 1, 2... reusable... Untap things... Crime Committer... That's kind of a bad hand. 2 black sources, 2 ramp spells. This is a pretty good hand. Being able to reuse an Imp's Mischief as well is pretty good. This is a trash hand. Just because of these 2. Trash. 3, 4 lands, crime committer, ramp. Yeah, that's great. Sick hand. Dope hand. Oh my god. Yes, give me now. Reanimate. Can open Crypt Breaker. That's kind of good. And I can kill something, and then I'm 1 land off of a Necropotent, and I have to hope I draw into one. It's fine. Five land hand, feed the swarm of new players. 2 land, an arcane signet, and then a Warren Soul Trader. Not the best. 3 Jet Medallion, Oubliette, Sun Spoiling, and a Crick. That's pretty good. 4. Yeah, that's playable. 4. 2 sources of color, a ramp spell, and then a kill spell, protection spell, and a late game spell. That's pretty good. Yep. Good hand. Very good hand. Very good hand. Holy shit, that's a fucking sick hand. Yeah. Fine. I don't think I can go, like, there's enough. I feel like I might need to eat I feel like I might want to eat my veggies more here. I think I want to eat my veggies more. Just from doing some hands there. That's unplayable. That's unplayable. That's unplayable. Ah, stop. Tough. Okay. I think I want to put Knight's Whisper back in. And I want to put Blasting Station in. And I'm looking at Rottenmouth Viper. Yep. Sorry, Rottenmouth Viper. Too high costed. The rest of the cards scale way better in the deck. Sucks. I really wanted to put it in. But it just isn't it. And we're gonna put Blasting Station in for that. Which is a crime committer that I can do every turn. Blasting Station. So we're running so many artifacts, holy shit. For Gary is long gone. Gary is long gone. I sadly just had to cut the Rottenmouth for a Blasting Station because I was doing some test hands and I just wasn't seeing the vegetables. And I'm going to cut one more thing for a Knight's Whisper and then I'm calling it there. And then I'm happy. Gary is dead. If I didn't have so many sack outlets, I wouldn't run this. But it's too good. Too good. Because like that and a board wipe, well, that and a board wipe is pointless. What am I talking about? That and any of the sack outlets is just like cool, sweet. I remove my tokens and I remove most of your good creatures. Sadly, no Zulaport. No, there are five. There are still five aristocrats. So we got Blood Artist. Marionette Apprentice is the Zulaport replacement because it creates a token, which then allows me to like, if I absolutely need to, Dracula's Tomb, Comphyrexian Alter it away. Though she is less valuable now because I've taken out Culling the Weak, and what was the other one? Deadly Dispute. So she is slightly less valuable, but I still like the take out Maze of Ith for fuck's sake. And no, definitely not in this deck. No way, no way, no how. Commits crimes. War crimes. If I'm putting another draw spell back in, what can I take out? Because these aren't necessary. These aren't 1-for-1s until I cast my commander. Because I'm not gonna. It commits crimes, all right. I'm not going to sack these until my commander's out. Really, that would be silly otherwise. If I absolutely had to, I could, but Yeah, we've got Blood Artist, Marionette Apprentice, Ayara, which is like a corpse knight for the tokens. Whenever Ayara or another black creature enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. With the tokens, that's 2 per crime committed, so that's pretty good. Mirkwood Bats, and then also Mioke Massacre. I can't take Toxic Deluge out, that's stupid. Is Bats better than Zulaport? Yeah, definitely, because it's whenever I create or sacrifice a token, each opponent loses 1 life. So never mind, I forgot what your command was. That's it's the only reason why Blood Artist is in here over Zulaport is because he commits crimes, and he gives me the same amount of health as life as Zulaport. So yeah, Blood Artist makes sense. One to cut. One to cut. I don't like the amount of artifacts I have. This feels like too many. But these two are great. This is great. This is great. This is great. This is fucking stupid. Why is this in every deck? This is fantastic. This is great. This is great. This is great. This is great. This is one I've just put in. Bounty of Orthac commit. It's like better Phyrexian Arena in this deck. Patchwork Banner, amazing. Phyrexian Altar, amazing. The One Ring, amazing. And Post Citadel, amazing. I could take Phyrexian Altar, Phyrexian Arena out, but that seems stupid. I could take Black Market Connections out. That seems stupid. I could take technically any card in the deck out. So the issue with Patchwork Banner is it's one of the only other lords I'm running. So it's good for sure. It's everything the deck wants to do. Especially now that it's more of a swing strategy and then sack. We've got that, and then Creep Show, Death Baron, and I was just reading the Creep Show top. That's not his name. Gisa. I think those are the only 3 lords I'm running. Yeah, those are the only 3 lords I'm running. What I'm adding currently, so I've just added Blasting Station in because it's a crime that I can commit on each player's turn. So yes, I have to remove my token, but also removing one of the playing the 2 tokens will untap it. So I will get another round of tokens from everyone's turn and ping stuff, which is always valuable. The other thing I've added is Knight's Whisper, because I feel like I want more just consistent pay to life, draw 2 cards. I could remove a removal spell, to be honest. We've got Defile. Hang on, let's start here. Feed the Swarm. Go on a Hellfire. Toxic Deluge, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll include Orcish Bowmasters for 11, Priest of Forgotten Gods for 12, Mages of the Abyss for 13. Kind of Yawgmoth, but we won't count him. Karavak can reuse them, so 14. $15, $16, 17. Possibly 18. 19. And Maze of Ith, this kind of removal spell as well, so 20. I could probably take out a kill spell. In your professional opinion, Jamie, what's the worst kill spell in here? I like VATS for the split second, and it hits multiple targets, so I don't think I'll take... It is 4 mana, that's the only thing with that. It's 4 mana is quite spendy. Consuming Corruption gives me life, so it probably won't be that one. Tragic Slip is probably one of the options, but then at the same time, it's 1 mana. Defile, potentially. I can't take out Feed the Swarm because it's one of the only enchantment removal pieces. Don't say Torment of Hellfire. Keep looking at you. I keep looking at you, but you're staying in. Tragic Slip? Yeah, because I think pound for pound, Tis But a Scratch is better. I do basically make sure that I have like something dies almost every turn with this deck. At the same time, I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4. Good luck with deck. I'm back off again. Good luck with whatever you're doing. Thank you for the help. It might be Tragic Slip. GLHF. That hits multiple creatures. That's the main thing. It's just Dictate of Erebos does too, as does Meathook Massacre, as does. So the Toxic Deluge. Fuck. Is it VATS? Do I keep the low cost crimes and take out VATS? Choose any number of target creatures with equal toughness. Destroy the chosen creatures. Those two together can just like fucking wipe a board out. For 7 mana though. Which one, VATS? It could be a full cost board. The main sort of value is like if someone has like a shitload of copies of something. You can say that about Fel the Profane as well, technically, but it's a dual modal, so it's it's a dual modal that comes in untapped, so it's basically just an opportunity to run another removal spell. Thing is VATS hits multiple targets, but if the main targets that I want to hit don't have equal toughness, I end up with this decision of, do I kill the things I'd rather kill, or do I kill the most amount of things possible? Which isn't good. But that also being said, if someone has 4 Orcish Bowmasters on board, this can kill 4 Orcish Bowmasters. While what else can do that? Toxic Deluge could. Torment of Hailfire could, but it's unlikely. Same with Dictate of Erebos. Meathook Massacre could. And sudden spoiling is basically it, but better when you think about it. This will just this will remove the creatures until the end of turn. Well, this will yes kill them, but I feel like potentially the lower cost efficient kill spells, even if they only hit one thing, but they hit the best one thing, the 3 mana less than VATS, it might be the way to go. And I am, at the end of the day, replacing it with a draw spell, so I can get more kill spells, or better kill spells. Just seeing what, waiting to hear a little bit more from what you think, Kimmy, on VATS. But I feel like that's the one. Oh man, it fucking. I don't feel good taking Rottenmouth out, but. You're being chased, sorry, no worries. Fellow Profane is an MDFC, yeah. Oh, that's staying in, but that's the. I'm thinking in this deck specifically, the 1-cost removals, so it can get away with a lot. Yeah. Oh no, that's not going anywhere. I'm talking about VATS. Sudden Spoiling is like 1 turn of VATS, but better. Toxic Deluge is better VATS. Torment of Hailfire and Dictate of Erebos can be better VATS. Meathook Massacre is better VATS. It's not even that big an upside. It's at the end of the day, it's always going to cost me 4 mana, or it's going to be 3, but can also be horribly overpriced. It's like Toxic Deluge is always better, almost. If it was 3 mana, yeah, you know what? It's yep. It is what's coming out. That's also good because I think that's everything that I've nicked out of our Kaiser deck back in the Kaiser deck. It's such a good card, but just I think at this power level, it's not good enough, and the low cost removal is more valuable because they commit crime. The main reason why we've gone back to it is because I put Blasting Station back in, because it's a crime committer on every turn. Because I realized I only really have like 6 cards that do that efficiently, and Blasting Station is a 3 mana card that does that. So that's coming out. I really want to put Rottenmouth Viper in. It's just the issue with Rottenmouth Viper is it is a good card, but it's kind of not as good as anything else in the deck. Would I prefer it to Torment of Hellfire? No. Like, straight up no. Would I prefer it to Dictate of Erebos? Maybe. Dictate of Erebos, I have to sack my dudes, but then at the same time I have, what, like 1, 2, 3... 1, 2... I've got so many ways to kill my dudes. Do I just take out another kill spell then? Like if we, because it is a kill spell, it's just it doesn't commit crimes. It is a sack outlet. I can cast a 6/6 that blows stuff up and deals 4 damage to people for 1 mana potentially. If I have 5 creatures on the board. So like say I've got 5 zombie tokens, I swing with them, I sack them then. And then I with like a aristocrat on board, and then I pay 1 black to fucking cast this dude. Oofed. Big turn. And that's like a 3 mana play. That's a 3 mana play. I'm just not seeing what I'd rather run. Sorry, my attention is so split right now. No, that's cool. I'm just trying to think. Is there anything in here that Rotten Mouth is worth running over it? I have a lot of things that can only commit crimes during my turn, so I don't need that many of them. So we've got Emperor Bones. We've got Priest. That's only a 1-turn one, so we'll call that one as well. So, but we can do it during opponent's turns. So that's 2. I do easily commit crimes during my turn. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All the instants can be played at any time. 9. 10. That's 10 that can be only played during my turn. As any of the stuff during opponent's turn also affects yours. Yep. Cast spell this way, pay life. You have to do it. There's an additional cost to cast a spell. You may sacrifice any number of non-opponents. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each opponent sacrifice this way. Not sure how reductions stack with that. Honestly, I don't think it goes in. It sucks because it's such a cool card, and there's such interesting plays I can do with it. I can't see like a single card I'd rather. I'd run it over. It'd be taking veggies out. We do indeed eat our veggies in this house. A thought is Dictate of Erebos, but like that's so much more value. So much more. And at that point I can take Phyrexian Altar out too. I want to play Dictate of Erebos. Yep, it does always feel rough to play against, but remember what this deck stacks up with. This does not get played against anything like low power level ever anymore. This is my Merfolk replacement. That means keep it is good here. I know, I feel like I have to defend myself. Rottenmouth Viper really only... It gets silly from, like, the second turn after it's played. Or the third turn after it's played. And it's Windmill. It's not go. It could close the game out on its own. I think the only real value in it is if I cast it early. Earliest I'm going to be playing Gisa is like turn 3, unless I get absolute fucking the nuts. So I'm only going to be able to reduce it by like... So it's coming down turn 4. It's going to just get removed, or someone's going to push a board wipe onto it, and then I'm going to lose all of the benefit from like... Because like the benefit of Gisa is like it's got Ward 2, pay to life. So people don't want to target it anyway. If people have single target removal, they're going to take out Rottenmouth. And it might actually incentivize people to board wipe earlier, which I don't want. Yeah, it's gotta stay out. Fuck. I want to put it in so bad. In before some fucking person goes, oh, well, it's your deck. You can put it, you take out the one ring or take out the post-it. I was like, yes, but also this is my powerful deck. I want it to be, it has to be fucking efficient. Deck still does exactly what I want to do, otherwise I wouldn't be running Gisa. Fucking be gay, do crimes in a big way. Just do you agree with me, darling, that maybe this isn't the deck for Rottenmouth Viper? It should go in a deck with more tokens. Snakes are gay enough. Indeed. Aren't gay enough. There we go. I thought you meant like they're gay enough so they don't have to be in the gay deck. It ain't the place. I agree, it ain't the place. We did it. I did a little bit extra veggie eating because I really wanted to put the blasting station back in, and I wanted to put Night Whisper back in, and I ended up cutting Rottenmouth Viper and Vats. Big cuts. Big fucking cuts. But we're running about the right amount of creatures for this deck. Now I feel like Sorceries 12, Instance 13, Artifacts 16, which is mad. 7 enchantments, 33 lands. It makes sense that we have so high artifacts. 2 of them are 1-for-1s. 4 of them are 1 cost. 4 of them are 2 cost. 4 of them are 3 cost. 1 of them is 4 cost and 1 of them is 6 cost. And 3 of them are sack outlets. 1 of them is fucking Skull Clamp at the end of the day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them are ramp in non-green. So it does make sense to have that high an artifact count. And then 7 beautiful strong enchantments. And yeah, I don't miss Animate Dead. That's basically why Gary had to come out. And no one wants to lose to Gary anyway. Like, at least Torment of Hailfire is like, okay, game's done. Torment of Hailfire. Like, when I've got like 20 fucking mana. Gary's less consistent. And even then, Torment of Hellfire can be nice for removing enchantments and artifacts. So, yeah. Cool. Feel good about this. Fine. Fully feel good about this now. Felt bad cutting Cullen the Meek, felt bad cutting Rotmouth, felt bad cutting Nick Philos, felt bad cutting Gary, but we are there. How the fuck long have I been working on just like 5 cards in one deck? Holy shit. I'm not gonna do Let Him Cook today. But there's like a 2 card swap I want to do in Mothman. Why is there only 98 cards in Mothman? The fuck? Yeah, why the fuck are there only 98 cards in Mothman? Oh, I know. I know why. Because they're here. And then we want to add a green Sun Zenith in. Yep. Let's have a look. Oh no, wrong deck. There's something in here that I've cut that is still in here. Because it should only be a 2 card change. The fuck? I want to have at least like 2 decks fully done for next week because I need to make some new proxies for Bernard and for Mothman. Not Mothman. Merfolk. How many proxies do you need? Do you know? I just put "we want a shrubbery" into Mothman. We want a shrubbery. They're also paper currently, so they don't have to be all at once. Do you have an idea of the number? Because I can tell you then accurately if I can get that done before Friday. I'd like to. I like to get your deck sorted, and I've got a page. I've got about a page. Like 30, so that's like 3 pages. Yeah, I could probably do that. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and then the Dryad Arbor makes 31. That's correct. Artifacts. 1, 2. Lava Spur Boots is still in. That's what it is. Okie dokie. Hokey cokey. Right, we have Green Sun's anything now, which could replace Nature's Law, because Green Sun's Zenith can grab Dryad Arbor for 1 mana. It can grab Birds of Paradise for 2. It can grab Devoted Druid, Lotus Cobra, Incubation Druid or Sakura Tribe Elder for 3. It can grab Evolution Sage, Champion Lambholt, Cameo the Whispered Hopes, Winding Constrictor, Honest Rustine, Family of the West Tree, Nadu. It can grab Nadu. It can grab Nadu! It can grab Uro. It can grab Uro for 4, ramp, draw 1, and gain 3 life. Yeah, this has to go in. Disciple of Furilies for 7, Lumira for 7, Muldrotha for 7. I feel like it's just take out Nature's Law. Because it even doesn't lose the utility of playing a land. Because I can play Dryad. I can even get it back with Life from the Loam. What do you think, my dear? There's no Arcane Signet in here either. It feels fucking weird, dude. In fact, do I take like one of the 2-cost dorks out instead? I don't think we've properly talked about Green Sun's Zenith yet. Like I've mentioned it, but we haven't actually we haven't figured out what can be cut. Oh, I wasn't there when you finished off Moth. Just realised, yeah. We basically talked about. Chris came in at near the end of the stream and was like, "Oh yeah, so Dryad Arbor would be a good idea with Green Sun Zenith, because I can grab Dryad Arbor off of a fetch. I can grab it off of Nature's Law. I can grab it like there's. I can fucking grab it with. I can grab it with Kadama. I can play it with Nadu, oh my god, I can play it with Nadu, and then it gives me, oh my god, it's so good. I can grab it with Nature's Law in 3 visits, but at the end of the day, Green Sun Zenith basically becomes a 1-cost rampant growth instead of these 2. But also can be a 2-cost rampant growth of Birds of Paradise. You see? It can be a 3-cost play Lotus Cobra, play my land for the turn, do crazy shit. So the thing is it's what's worse is it's going to be a ramp piece. I don't think Devoted Druid comes out because that has potential to go really fucking crazy. I don't think Incubation Druid comes out because that also has the ability to tap for 3. That can tap for 2 at least, that can tap for 3. That minimum can basically give... That almost minimum can give me 2 mana per turn because of the fetches. So I think it's Nature's Law, which feels fucking horrible, dude. Nah, take out Great Henge. But I'm also getting to a point where, like, is Agatha... So, well, Agatha's worth it basically just because of any of the dorks. I'm leaning towards either a draw piece or a ramp piece. Well, I'm putting a ramp into the deck in both. Yeah, I'm putting ramp into the deck, so it should be ramp that comes out. I don't think draw pieces can come out. Honestly, I can't remember a time where playing against Agatha in this deck scared me. The main... I've never personally seen it go... So it doesn't... That's the thing, it's not... It's a fucking spendy card, but it doesn't go crazy. It doesn't go, and it definitely doesn't go crazy in this deck. What it can do, which I never realized until recently, is it can make all my shit unblockable if I've got a Ghostly Pilferer in the grave. That's pretty good. I can give all my dudes Adapt 3. I can give them Devoted Druid's ability. I can give them Bristlebill's ability. That's kind of a big deal. I can give them Aftermath Analyst's ability if he's died. I can give them Birds of Paradise. I can give them Adapt 1. I can give them Steve's ability. I can give them Cammy's ability. That's one of the big ones. You can but never have, but I think Agatha's Soul Cauldron is still worth running. I think, yes, I haven't done it, but I still think that the value is there to justify running it. Does that make sense? Because even then, at its, I don't know if she's good enough. I truly think she's good enough. I can give everything pay to each player mills a card. I can give it... I can't give them channel. And the main thing... that's the thing. At its worst, at its absolute worst, it's get rid of a good creature from someone's graveyard and put a +1/+1 counter on something. That's good enough. That's absolutely good enough. If I were to take it out, I would actually rather replace it with Shattered Dolls. I get what you're saying. But it's not a case of Rottenmouth Viper, like, oh, it's good, but is it not good in this deck sort of thing. It has enough value. It 100% has enough value. It synergizes too well. I think it feels bad, man, but I think Nature's Law is what needs to come out. It's either that or it's like Incubation Druid, and that I don't think is correct. How much ramp are we working with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Can be 12. Don't know why I'd ever do that though, so we'll call it 11. 12. Basically 13 now. 14, 15, 16. Kinda 17. Like enough, kind of enough to count it. 17, 18. 19. Can be 20. 21. Yeah, we got enough for him. 22. And I don't think there's any land ramp. So yeah, I think it's got to be. Man, this feels fucked. This doesn't feel right. You know what? I feel like it should be a mana dork though, because if I'm running Dryad could get killed. So I kind of want to remove the stuff that can get killed more. And I think Devoted Druid is better than Incubation Druid. So I can add 3 black, 3 blue, or 3 green. Or this one, I can add however many I like. But just green. And is it an Aftermath Analyst cut? Do I take Aftermath Analyst back out? We've taken... you know? So the only issue is that these two are very good together now in this build. Even if, like, I would do this turn 2, then turn 4, and even if I get 3 lands off of it, that's great. And then this is a big late game boom. Are cutting into too many veggies because your mana dorks are strong? It might be Aftermath Analysts cutting into too many veggies because your mana dorks are strong. That's these two in particular are fantastic mana dorks. Champion a Lambhole Windmill. Trample, flying. Flying. Unblockable and can give everything unblockable. No, I don't have a lot of things that can punch through, really. I don't have enough ways to make my stuff unblockable. But that's only Moth, and I want a board that can hit. If I rely on just on Moth punching through, I lose often because one removal spell, you know. 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4 counter spells? 1, 2, 3, 4. Stifle. Ripples of Potential. Inspiring Call can give everything indestructible. That's kind of a counter spell. That's kind of a protection spell. That's probably enough. And Malachite Rebirth, of course. Ooh. Does Malachite Rebirth get replaced with the Dryad Arbor? Because if Mothman's just coming back to board, it loses all the +1/+1 counters. Then at the same time, if it dies, this will give me rads. It's still probably worth keeping. I think these both have to stay in. And I think Lotus Cobra, the great thing about Lotus Cobra is I can use the mana from it straight away. Like, I can double spell as soon as I cast Lotus Cobra if I have a fetch. So I can go boom, boom, boom. Like, I can drop that, I can drop that, I can drop that, I can drop Steve too, I can drop Whiting Constrictor. Like, that's fucking crazy. Turn 3, Lotus Cobra? If these didn't have such good effects outside of the ramp, I would be cutting something from here. But every single one of their effects is just like, oh, fucking perfect. Everything the deck wants. The draw discard is fucking too good. Like, way too good. I think it's a creature cut. I don't think it's Aftermath Analyst though, because that can get me so many more lands than an H's Law. You know what, that's a really good point. That's a really good point, because, like, okay, 4 mana, return land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield, and tapped. Because, like, what I'm thinking is, like, okay, yes, it's redundancy for Lumira. Or Lumira. At the same time, casting both of them in a game is going to feel really good. Even if I only get, like, 2 lands off of Aftermath Analyst. Lumira is going to get me like fucking 7 lands. But do I care about casting these 2 in the same game? Is it worth it? Does that actually fucking benefit me? When I've got so much more ramp. The other benefit is this does mill 3 as soon as it ETBs. But then also so does Lumira. You think? I still stand by Analyst is better. Hello, Lauren. Welcome back. I see. The reason why I want Lumira is because I need more big bombs. I need big dudes that keep me alive. Welcome back. Welcome back indeed. Is it not the deck for Lumira? Because if I'm putting a Green Sun Zenith in, I'm much more likely to want to grab an Aftermath Analyst. This is Mothman. We're back on Mothman. We're back on Mothman simply because of Green Sun Zenith and Dryad. So it's only 2 cuts. Oh, I take the cute big bear out. We got the fucking sick artwork though. Alright, fine, I'm doing it. I'm taking the big... Danny Pink is a cut. Jesus, you might be right. So the only... So Danny Pink can give things +1/+1 in of himself. Creatures you control have whenever 1 or more counters are put on this creature for the first time each turn draw a card. Nadu is that, but better. In every way. I think even, yeah, the stat line is literally just reversed. Grabbable with Green Sun Zenith also. Ah, you might be right, Lauren, and you might save Luma with that, because I kind of can just afford to cut a land for Dryad Arbor because I'm at 37. Rip Arcane Ganon, Arcade Ganon, but close enough. Creatures you control have, whenever one or more counters are put on this creature for the first time each turn, draw a card. The only reason he will forever be arcane in my heart. Psychic Corrosion. You know? But at the same time, I think I'd rather cast 2 small creatures. Polywog Prodigy is like a better version of him. How set are you in with those? Because honestly, I think you're fantastic at making cuts, Lauren. How after with that evidence that I've presented, what do you think? Do you still think Danny Pink is a good cut target? He's a big draw spell, but I have to wait like a turn to actually get that draw, and I have to have a board, and then only then is it a big draw spell. So I'm leaning towards agreeing. It's just he's very good. At the same time, though, it's just like a fucking like cut that, swap Danny Pink for a frantic search, you know. All hail the Lauren deck cut. Here's our lovely Arcade Ganon altar. Can I grab any draw spells with the? Well, I can grab Nadu, Honest Ratstein, Uro, Muldrotha. I can. Green Sun Zenith won't be grabbing draw spells, but it will be still improving the curve quite considerably. And then I could just cut the Nature's Law for the fucking Dryad. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It does count as your land drop. 13, 14, 15, 16. 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 sources are Ampere. It's gonna be ramp that gets taken out. 1, counting draw spells now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, kind of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll count it 10 because it's like a better tutor. 11-ish. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16-ish. 17. 18, 19. Yeah, Danny Pink can come out. Bye, buddy. And then do I just cut a Nature's Law or 3 visits for the Dryad Arbor, or do I cut a land? I'd rather not cut a land because it's a land that can be blown up. I'd rather not cut one of these. I'd rather not cut one of the dorks. They're usable immediately. These are not. This isn't usable immediately, but I was talking with Kimmy and I was like, a Green Sun Zenith into an Honest Rutstein into a Sakura Tribe Elder for 1 with Honest Rutstein spell second ability is like very nice, especially with more landfall strats. I feel like I want both. You know what? I need to keep both Aftermath Analyst and Lumira in because of the landfall. Because 1 landfall trigger, 2 landfall triggers, 3 landfall triggers, 4 landfall triggers, or abilities, I should say. There's 4 landfall abilities just in here, and then we've also got Alter the Brood. That's 5 that like do crazy mill stuff. Yeah, they're worth keeping in. Both of them. Because basically, think of Aftermath Analyst as like a small, from the graveyard, open the way. Do we just cut land, boys? One. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9. 9 fetches. 31 but 37 dual modals. Or 6 dual modals. We got Sink into Stupor, Malakir, Balaged, Agadim, Seagate, and Decipher Furley's. Only 2 of them enter tapped. So that's not too bad. How many 1-cost spells do I have? I have 14 1-cost spells, so Nature's Law and 2 visits are worth it, really. Especially, God, so many 2-cost spells, fuck. I know I don't need to be agonizing over my decks this much. I know. I enjoy it in a weird sort of painful way. I used to play paintball, okay? Like, A little bit of pain is fun for me. I just outed myself as a sadomasochist. You already knew, don't worry. Incubation Druid can't do its thing until I put a +1/+1 counter on it, and I can't put a +1/+1 counter on it until Mothman comes out, but then it taps for 3. I feel like that's better than Aftermath Analyst, but we already want to keep Aftermath Analyst in. Because this is now landfall synergy. There's a lot of it. There's a good amount of benefits to playing a lot of lands in this deck. Including Druid is good, don't cut yet. I know, I'm trying not to cut Nature's Law. That is the problem here. I don't want to cut Nature's Law. I think Lumra in this configuration is worth it, mainly because of the landfall. You do landfall. You have a landfall deck. You're more experienced with landfall. There are only 5 landfall cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and technically 5, or essentially 5. It's not technically. I can't touch any of this. That all has to stay. This pretty much all has to stay. Trying to see through the fucking matrix right now, dude. It's all minute value. Minute. Whenever another creature dies or a creature card is put in, it's just so good. Whenever another creature dies, or a creature card is put into a graveyard from anywhere other than the battlefield, or a creature card leaves your graveyard, so Conrad the Grim, and it deals 1 damage to each opponent. It's too fucking good in this deck. Okay, making Colossal Sky Turtle burn everyone for 1. This is like my favorite piece of tech in this deck. I don't want to cut Loomer. I think Loomer is too good. It mills 4 inherently, so even if I've Aftermath, that's assuming I don't mill a shitload as well. Loomer, like, will get me at least like 4 lands. And then is also a Vigilance Reacher who has power equal to the amount of lands that I have in play, so it becomes like a fucking 10/10. With all my fetches too. It's gonna it just doesn't feel right to be taken, because I don't even have Arcane Signet in here. So it does not feel right to remove and these can get Dryad Arbor. So it doesn't feel right to remove my only 3 ramp spells that come in untapped. Or usable that turn. Well, 4. So Lotus Cobra, Nature's Law, 3 visits. Solar Ring, 4. Great Henge can, but that's only going to be late game, so 5. But still 5. Exploration, 6. That's it. And I can't justify cutting a land. Kimmy's right, 31 base lands with the rest MDFCs, like, nah. Especially considering Dryad Arbor, if it gets killed, that's... If a board wipe happens, Dryad Arbor gets killed. This is the fuck it, I'm playing 31. Let's look at some stats. Oh. I love the curve on this deck. 51, 37, 20. With about the right color representation too, that's fine. Great hand. Eh. No, great hand. Boom, boom, boom. 4. Boom, boom. Then next boom. I should put the I should put a Golgari bounce land in as well. That's just gonna be a land cut, so I can figure that out myself. Golgari Rot Farm. Boink. Actually, it should be the Demir one, I think. Because I've got Urbog. I also prefer that artwork. No, what am I saying? It should be the Golgari one because of the amount of colours I have. Definitely. Golgari. That's like a two. I shouldn't be counting on 2-card combos in my lands to see the right colours. We want to remove a tap plan for that probably, so. No, that's important against decks like Ashling. It's too important. Too important. Getting any of my landfall stuff back with that would be fucking sick. It's probably going to be a fetch. One fetch, 2 fetches, 3 fetches, 4 fetches. 5 fetches, 6 fetches, 7, 8, no, 8, 9, yeah, 9, so I can go down to 8 fetches. That's fine. Green, green, green. Green fetch. Blue, blue, blue. 3 blue fetches. There should be Misty Rainforest too. Why can't I see Misty Rainforest? Oh, there it is. Da, da, da. Then 1, 2 black fetches. I could just take Bloodstain Mire out. Also, then the black fetches on the green black one, Verdant Catacombs. There's still 2 black fetches. So yeah, I think Bloodstain Mire is coming out there. We have 1, 2 tapped MDFC lands. Alleged and Malakir. And then we have the Jukabog, Dryad Arbor technically, and the 2 bounces. But that's it for tap lands. So yeah, that's still a very low level of tap lands. Oh shit. There goes my phone. Chaos. Dude, the cut is nature's law, but I can't do it. I can't bring myself to cut the nature's law. Lotus Cobra is too good. Am I just being like weird about it and nature's law is fine to cut? Difficult because everything's good. Yep. Well, I mean, like you think about it, we're at a point where the one card. How many standard ram cards do you have? When you say standard, what do you mean? Go Gary Rupp, go Gary Rupp, go Gary Rupp, go Gary Rupp, go Gary Rupp. That's what I'm looking for to put in my Mothman deck. Or I guess ram cards that lead to Moth. Ram cards that lead to Moth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Technically none of these 3 cost ones really. 6, 7, 8, No. Can be 9. Can be 10. 11. 11. There are 11 pre-Moth ramp cards. That is a lot. And that's not including the insane number of, like, okay, I can cast this the turn before Mothman and then have more stuff to do on the turn that I play Mothman. Like, there's a bunch of 3-cost good rampers, and you can assume, you know, like, what are the chances that I don't hit one of the lower ramps? Because I'm assuming it's like 18 total. Total ramp cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 kind of, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22. I'm eating my veggies, dude. I'm eating so many veggies. That's more than Gishath. Oh. I need a lot of ramp. Oh, that's not. I didn't include Talon Gates of Madeira as well, which I've put in like every deck. It's like my new favorite land when it was at its peak ramp. Alright, I can cut one, but I don't feel like I should cut an early game one, but the rest of them are too good. Is it Lumera? Is it Lumera? When it ETBs, it makes me mill 4. If I have Mothman on board, that's a potential of 4 +1/+1 counters. And that's not including the rest of the landfall stuff. If I have that on board and I cast it with like an Evo Sage, or sorry, if I have an Evo Sage on board and I cast Lumera, why did I have to put Nadu in? This made it confusing and difficult to cut things. I have one 4-cost creature. I have 2 4-cost creatures, 2 5-cost, and 2 6-cost. Those are literally the high-end cards in the deck. Like, is Lumera win more? technically this has more synergy. Does Lumra's stats not matter? And is it just a 6 cost that I can dead draw? Yep, I think it is. I don't want to cut the bear. I don't want to cut the bear. I don't want to cut the bear. I'm cutting the bear. I'm cutting the bear. The bear's cut. Fuck. I need to proxy a dryad. Trying to find just a trash common. I'm surprised at how few there are in front of me. There we go. It is finished. And I don't think, even though I would like to just smash it out and get all of my decks updated, I don't think I have the brain power. At least if I put Nomi here, yeah, I mean, thank you for your help. I will say I just had to agonize over fucking decisions in the last one, though. Jamie can be happy. Lumra is gone. I listened to their advice. It just took me a while to come around to it. Bring out your dad. Watch Jamie was like, "Oh, take Lumra out because they're terrified of playing against it." Lumra is a commander more than a 99 card, definitely. Like if I wanted to do crazy landfall, big bear, ramp, green, that's where Lumra goes. 100p. Screen, please. All good? You back? Where did I go? On that note, though, I will BRB for a second.